Hello, lovely air signs, Gemini, Libras, and Aquarius. This is a monthly horoscope kind of reading. We're going to go over the general energy of your month of January 2020. What are your greatest accomplishments, your biggest challenges, where you're at in your headspace, your heart space, financially and spiritually. So this is just kind of like an overall horoscope type deal. Excuse me. My name is Trittany, and I'm the reader, obviously, for the Crown and Castle Collective. I want to thank every one of you who has been on my channel before, has been liking my videos, giving me feedback, and subscribing. And if you're new, I want to give you a warm welcome. And please let me know if this resonates with you as well. And if you feel like I resonate with you as a reader, go ahead and subscribe and jump on the team. So, without further ado, we are going to get started with your reading. Okay, air signs. You have a lot going on right now. You have a lot going on. And I mean, that's no surprising for an air sign. It's a lot going on in your headspace. And there's always a lot going around outside of your control. But the overall energy we have for your month of January is number 30, priorities. So I feel like you really had an experience that kind of made you get your ducks in a row and really prioritize not only yourself, and your money is a big thing right now, but also with your relationships. I feel like your relationships are playing a very big part with you in January of 2020. So, your biggest challenge is this number 47, trust in magic. So, 47 adds up to an 11, which has me kind of thinking this may be a relationship, a glimpse further into the reading with relationships. I feel like you could have had someone lie to you or switch up on you, someone that changed on you, that allowed you to see the truth, whether that be intuitively seeing someone's truth or actually getting validation for how someone is acting or who they really truly are. So, your biggest challenge with that trust in the magic, you could be having a hard time trusting others and trusting yourself. But also you could lose a little bit of faith in the universe, the world, with the way that things are going with politics right now and world news. It could just really have you a little bit lower in your energy, kind of losing faith and hope for humanity itself, perhaps. So you gotta work on that. Work to get this back, please, for all of us. Repair and refill your trust in humanity, okay? Because you are a very beautiful soul. It's showing up, but others are taking their toll on you, okay? Don't let them do that. Don't let them take your magic. Trust in yourself. Okay, so your greatest accomplishment is going forward. And I definitely see you as looking towards the future and really trying to work through healing processes right now, because it's showing up in your heart space and it's showing up in your spirituality phase as well, is that you're really working towards healing and going for those next steps. If you feel like that's something that's been blocking you, you have a lot of spiritual energy around you at the time to get that kind of stuff done and to actually work on it and heal on it. So if you put the energy where it's needed, honey, you can heal a lot, okay? And you deserve it. You very much so deserve it, so I see. In your headspace for January of 2020, we have the Star card in reverse, and I believe this is Aquarius. I'm going to read it as Aquarius. I'm the reader, but it doesn't matter because this is for Aquarius and Geminis and Libra, so I would see this as all of them. But the Star in reverse, so I'm seeing this as you kind of want to fly underneath everyone's radar right now. I think you really want some alone time to be able to go through your healing. I feel like you're feeling things really deeply. Perhaps it's because it's the new year. I feel like you're thinking that things aren't going to change and the change is out of your control, but it really isn't. I'm just seeing this as you kind of want to be a little bit unseen right now, a little bit under the radar, like I said. But also with that Star card, I feel like in your headspace, you could be really putting yourself down with your worth. You're not feeling like the star. You're feeling like a hidden star. Perhaps no one is seeing your potential, and I think that's a theme in your reading right now, is you feel unseen or you're wanting to feel unseen. And I feel like even subconsciously, if you don't want to feel consciously, you don't want to be seen, but subconsciously I feel like you wish you were seen in the correct light, perhaps. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. So we also have the Six of Wands in reverse. I think this is in a relationship as well with that star in reverse. I feel like you probably were talking to someone and things just stop. Whether you called that off or they did, someone's offer, this pentacle, this Ace of Pentacles was clarifying those two cards, the star and the Six of Wands. I feel like someone's offer just got denied, things shut off, things ended, and that could have really taken a toll on you. So I feel like you really try to stay the busy body and busy mind that you are. We have the Queen of Swords right after that with the Ace of Swords. So I feel like you really kicked your body into work mode, or just trying to do things that keep you active and keep your mind busy. I feel like if you did call off the relationship, it's because you have way too much on your plate right now. I feel like finances are kind of a hard thing for you right now, so you're really trying to just put your head down and work and try to kind of like limit your social media time as well, the amount of time that you spend on there, or the amount of money that you spend going out with friends. You're really trying to budget that money. All right, we will move on. So in your heart space, air signs, we have the first card is number 10, the wheel. Okay, we see that change, that transformation. You have the wheel out here 2 times. This is in your heart section, and then we also have it down in your spirituality and your spiritual development section. So we see a very big connection. I see that you are you're through with one person or one situation. I feel like you're trying to work on getting that closure. Perhaps you are secluding yourself from friends and family groups though as you're trying to work through this. Perhaps you feel like it's a little bit of a burden for you to talk through your problems, which please don't ever try to feel that way. Any true friend and family member would love to hear what you have to say. But if it feels like something that you need to do internally with this star card in reverse, I am one to respect that, okay? I respect someone's privacy as they heal, but just know that your friends and your family, they're always there for you. No matter how many times you bring it up and how burdensome it feels, they love you, and I feel that. So, I feel like you are trying to tie up some loose ends with an older person and really trying to create something that's more fitting for you in the future. You're trying to find something. Maybe you're not actively trying to find someone, but you're trying to find within yourself what is going to pair well with you, whether that's in relationships, because this is the heart section, I suppose. Right after that, we have the Page of Bows, the Stoat in reverse. So the Page of Bows, this is what it looks like upright. I don't know. Someone must have asked to see it upright. It's a Stoat, but it's in reverse. So I am definitely picking this up as past lovers, past ex, past romantic relationships that you've been in, along with that wheel card. You're really just trying to heal over those relationships, and you're really feeling things on a very deep level. It just hurts the pit of your stomach as well, because I feel like you really loved this person, this Two of Vessels, or at least you thought you did. You felt like you had a really deep connection, and maybe you actually did. Like, it could very well be a karmic partner, even soulmates and twin flames that we meet in this life that we are not meant to spend with this life together. That can be a very challenging lesson to learn and to understand and heal, that a lot of times we don't get to do that until we have seen it from a higher perspective. So I feel like you really have feelings. You had feelings for that person, but you're really trying to heal it up and tie it up so you can move on and find other people with this Two of Cups. Perhaps you want to move on and find someone that would be your soulmate, or you feel could be your soulmate. We also have the Six of Stones, exploitation. So I feel like with that Two of Cups and all of the other cards, this person could have done a number on you where you're not feeling very confident in yourself. And I feel like that is kind of a thing with you right now with this Star card in reverse and you just staying busy. I feel like your self-confidence has kind of gone down, perhaps because someone was using you or exploited you and kind of kept draining you of your energy. These people are pleading. Perhaps this person just kept coming back and asking more and more of you, either physically or financially or energetically just kind of drained you, and you're really just trying to come to terms with everything that happened and how it led to where you are now. And that's exactly why your overall energy of the month is this priorities, okay? You're really needing to put yourself first and to put yourself up higher than where you are now. You really need to uplift yourself and really look at how much of a prize that you are. All right, in your financial section, your finances and your career, move these cards down. We have the Five of Cups. This kind of plays along in my mind with this Star card in reverse again. I feel like this is almost even showing up as like your general energy of the month, really. This Five of Cups, I feel like you are trying to keep your head low in the workplace. Just stay on work. Don't really cause too much problems. Perhaps work is an escape from your emotions that you're working through and that you're feeling, or it gives you a time to actually sit quietly with your feelings and your emotions. And maybe you actually go through those processes while you're at work, staying absolutely busy with your hands and with your mind, but in the back of your mind, you're probably thinking through situations. So it could go either way. With your finances, though, of January 2020, I would be careful not to spend money on too many things that are not sustainable to you. Perhaps you're spending a lot of money on going out to eat, or things that are just frivolous and just compulsive buys, things that aren't going to make your life more stable. I feel like you're doing that subconsciously if you are splurging on stuff like that, because I feel like you are going through a lot of healing and perhaps a lot of trauma. So I think you're subconsciously trying to do that to soften those feelings and kind of make yourself a little bit more comfortable. So try to make sure that you're really putting your finances towards things that are going to help bring stability into your life, into your home life. Like if it's your bills and your vehicle or groceries, just stuff like that. Make sure you're buying more sustainable products. So we also have that right next to the Judgment card. And the Judgment card's, in my mind, with this Five of Cups in your finances, like I just said, things that you can use over and over again. And I feel like you are kind of trying to spend on things you don't need to help kind of work on that healing process. So right next to that, we have the Moon card. Again, like I said, this is kind of your subconscious driving those spending habits, perhaps. But deep down, you know that you have control over the situation. This is the Hanged Man. So when we take this at face value, we see the Moon, oh, they're very shy, they're very timid, they're not very much in control, and neither is the Hanged Man. So you may feel like you're not in control of your finances and things aren't able to change, they're not able to go forward. They either just stay where they are, they go back a little bit and inch forward, perhaps. But we take it at a deeper level when we look at the subconscious of the Moon card and the Hanged Man. Deep down, you know you have the potential and the ability to really change your financial situations for the better. It can be very difficult. I'm not saying it's always easy to change your financial situations, but you would really have to tie your hands behind your back to stop spending money on things that you don't need, whether it's like fast food or just small type of things. So it just takes a little bit of self motivation or self resistance, so to say, but it's very much possible. And I feel like you can find income in places that you weren't really looking. Perhaps you can make money outside of work too, with the skills that you've gained from your job. Perhaps you have had a little bit of bad dreams, a little bit of anxiety surrounding your financial situation right now, because I think it's really something that's rubbing against you the wrong way with your mental space right now. But I think it will change in the future. Give it a little bit. I just think that you're going through a rough patch right now, and I think that there's a way that you can improve it, or that it will improve in the future. So, moving on to your spirituality section, we have the Page of Wands. So I'm seeing this as the lesson. We did have the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, this was the stoat in your heart space, seen as kind of like an ex figure, past relationships and stuff like that. So with this page in your spirituality section was upright, but we see him kind of watching the other animals kind of lead their own way, and whether or not he decides to follow them or go on his own path is kind of where you're at right now. Feel like things have ended with you and someone else, but you may be choosing to follow them a little bit. That could be on social media. Again, you're flying under the radar with this star card in reverse, so you don't really want someone to see you, but you are kind of creeping. I mean, you got the Queen of Swords. She's investigating whether you're male or female right now. This Queen of Swords is someone who is like that social media detective, and they find everything that they're looking for and everything that they weren't. So just be careful, because that kind of stuff can throw you back into this cycle too. Again, this is your heart space, the World card, the Wheel, can throw you back into those self-sabotaging cycles with this Page of Wands in reverse again. Really, you need to just work on yourself and love yourself, and don't let this person get to you again. Or perhaps you are going back to this person. I just read the energy through it. This could be someone that you are healthy to get back with. But also, this was your greatest achievement for this month, is going forward. So I feel like this person may not be in your future. So that's up to you to decide. This is your spirituality section, the Page of Wands. So wherever you decide to go, while taking into account what happened in the past, is going to make you a better person. And then we also have the Four of Pentacles, financial stability. So this is a very challenging time for you. If you're sitting on finances, or if you're letting them escape you on silly things, if you're spending too much time, I feel like some of you don't really go out and spend it like going out with other people, but you may spend it on things that just, again, don't bring you that stability and that future investments that you need. But I feel like a lot of you are really using it for escapism, and you're really probably wishing you could escape your financial situation, or perhaps you're wanting to really move to somewhere new. Especially with this Page of Wands, is someone who's choosing a different path, or choosing to stay on the same path they were before. Right next to this Four of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords. This is someone who goes wherever their will takes them, wherever destiny blows them to, wherever they fly, wherever. Clearly, you are in ultimate control, obviously, of all of these aspects. I can understand if some of them, like financially and stuff, yeah, they can be out of your control, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you have the say of whether you stay with where you currently are or you change it up. So you're really getting an ultimatum kind of situation going on right now. You can probably go back to the way things used to be, or keep staying with where you are if it's comfortable, or trying something new. And right after that, we have, again, number 10, the Wheel card that showed up in your heart space, but this is in your spirituality, and I'm feeling this is a different energy. So if you could see this from my angle, we had the Page, and then we had the Four of Pentacles, and then we had the Knight. So we see the Page and the Knight are both movement cards, while this Four of Pentacles is a very stagnant. He's sitting, he's not moving. So I feel like you could either go back to the way things used to be, or perhaps even choose a new path, or definitely go out on an adventure, on a limb, and try something new. Or stay where things are if you're comfortable, if you're stable already as it is. That's up to you, but you could always take an extra risk in life. And I feel like that would be very rewarding for you with this Wheel card. I feel like you'd be very surprised with how things turned out. I feel like it would be very beneficial. I am seeing people who want to move. home life wise. If you're not happy with where you are, if it's draining you financially, perhaps to move is the answer. It's definitely taking a chance. I feel like for some of you it's a really long shot, but for some of you I feel like it's an option you've been kind of playing around with and beating around with and kind of daydreaming and always kind of putting it as like an oh what if, but it is a very big possibility and something that is very achievable for you. And I feel like it would help really push out the last of this. I feel like this is very a dusty kind of energy. You have a lot of lingering energies and healing to do that perhaps someone left with you. So I think you are really doing your best to kind of sweep up those crumbs and pick yourself back up and move on to the next step. And I see your energy really trying and really going through that dark night of the soul, the very endings of those healing phases. So I hope you the best. I give you all my blessing and all my love. I know how hard those steps can be. So if you feel like this reading really resonated with you, please let me know in the comments what's up, what's going on with you. You can always talk to me or you can message me. In the description box, I do offer personalized readings and all the information for where you can find me on other social media platforms. And so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. You can subscribe if you aren't already. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.